Hello everybody and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're all having an amazing week. Currently it is Tuesday and let's get straight to the charts as Bitcoin is right now rolling over. Yesterday I did share with you guys on my X that if Bitcoin fails to reclaim the weekly open, basically to break above this level and to reclaim the weekly pivot, we are about to roll over, which is exactly what is happening right now. Basically the next targets would be sitting right around the yearly open level, basically, which is basically 87.6k. That would be my next target for Bitcoin, and that would take us down another 3%. Now some of the altcoins you can see Ethereum is very close to this level. We've had a absolute massive move of around 10%. You can see basically we are back right now into this range after failing to remain above it and after failing to close above on the daily time frame. Right here, as you can see, above this level. But this is looking very interesting, guys. This range for ETH basically right here is looking a lot like the range from the lows after April. So we have right here the lows of November, and right now we are having the range basically 2 months later, which is exactly what has happened here. And we are ranging, as you can see. So I do expect a potential bear trap down into a bullish move to the upside. So potentially the same thing that we had right here, a very nice move to the upside, which is followed by a very big correction, which was basically bear trap. A lot of people have shorted right here, and you can see what happened after next. Now, of course, the next move will not be as big as this one, but potentially it's gonna take us higher to potentially grab the liquidity, which is sitting just below 4,000. That could be the next play for Ethereum. As for Bitcoin, basically I am still expecting that sweep of the 80k lows, or potentially we go down below the lows from April, which would take us below 74.7k, and this could look something like this, a potential double bottom forming like the one that we had right here. And as you can see, if that happens on the daily time frame, we still have a lot of room for the daily RSI momentum before it gets oversold like right here. And on the weekly time frame we still have a lot of momentum to come down before the weekly RSI gets oversold. And the last time that the weekly RSI momentum got oversold, it almost marked out the bottom of the bear market. So this could potentially be happening this time as well. You can see all the altcoins would be getting absolutely destroyed if Bitcoin drops below the April lows, but this could be a very nice buying opportunity. As for the stock market, you can see the indexes are still having that correction. The Nasdaq is right now, first let's look at the S&P 500. We have left because of the tariff news. Basically, as you know, Trump has imposed tariffs on Europe, basically a lot of European countries. It is not confirmed yet, but as you can see, those tariff news has left the market with a significant gap of around 1% right here on the S&P 500, which, as you know, is potentially going to get filled, since this gap we can also see it on the daily time frame, and these gaps, they do tend to be filled. But we could of course go even lower. On the CME chart, for example, we could retest the 100 EMA as resistance like we did back in April. No, this was actually back in November, the April lows are right here. So we could retest this level. We might even go down below it, grab the liquidity, or even test this low right here, which would be around 6,540. That would be the macro support level for the stock market. But of course, as I've told you, it is very depending on what Trump says about the tariffs. They could not be confirmed and they could not be accepted. As you know, the headline is still not out yet. So very interesting times for the market. You can see they are trying to push today on the New York Open. Since yesterday it was a holiday, they are trying to push the stocks up, the indexes, but as of right now they're still failing to do so. We might see potentially another sweep of the lows. You can see we are rejecting from the yearly open level, which is right now acting as a strong resistance. But of course, we could see a move up towards the weekly pivot to fill that gap. That would be basically around 1% of a move, which is not that much. Same thing goes for the Nasdaq, to fill that gap around 1.3% of a move. On the daily time frame, we are rejecting from the daily open and from the daily pivot. Still potentially a move up is coming, which could also help Bitcoin at least to grab some of the liquidity and retest the daily open level, correcting all the shorts that have been opening up right now towards the lows. But the yearly open level still stands, in my opinion. The dollar has been actually weakening, as you can see right here, which is good for the long term for Bitcoin. But as of right now, it does not matter. The bearish momentum is still strong, and even though the dollar is dropping, Bitcoin is not pushing to the upside. If you look at the open interest and the CVD right here, you can see price going down, open interest going up, while the delta is going down. This signifies a lot of selling pressure, guys. A lot of short positions have been opened up right here during this move down. We can also see that if we look at the long versus shorts ratio, we have almost 20 billion of short positions, as you can see right now, overall on the major exchanges. And you can see right here, Hyperliquid is absolutely crushing it, a almost 10% of difference, since the bigger whales that are trading on here, they know their stuff, and you can see they are selling this market. So also another sign to watch out for. Once they do flip bullish, then you could look for longs again. Of course, this is not a financial advice. These are just my outlooks and how I help myself find some entries, and how I do change my bias. Fear and greed index almost back into that fear zone, you can see right here. And we do have, actually we don't have any news for today. We do have the more important news tomorrow, excuse me, which would be Trump speaking. So this would also be very important news coming out. And I think this would cover it for today, guys. Hope you liked it, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.